Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make an easy stacked envelope journal topper. But first let's have our shout out to Tammy, Frankie, Zelda, Natalie, Daggy, and Erica. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do you struggle with making journal toppers? Finding a format, a layout, making it cohesive? This is what you need to try. I think this is simple and easy, and it's always going to turn out just beautiful. So I have used Chapter 1's newest digital, and they have entitled it Blue Bouquet. It is absolutely gorgeous. Let me grab a couple of pages here. So they're just beautiful. Lots of pieces of ephemera. You even get some envelopes with it. It is gorgeous. I have been coffee dyeing the back of these, and that's why they're a little curled. All right, so with that said, let's look through this. So we've got a small envelope on the top, and as we open it up, we have this area that we can put some little labels or little pieces of paper. We can decorate it with a little bit of lace. Over here I used a stamp and a butterfly and a strip of the paper here. This is another size envelope. A little bit more stamping, and of course I need to say we have things inside of our envelopes. So this is just a little journaling. It's a little piece of ephemera from the kit, and I just popped it into the smallest envelope right here. I did coffee dye my envelopes, and in this one we have a little journaling card like that with some lines on it. I coffee dyed the back, and you could journal on the back as well. I decided to put a little lace on this one. This one has a little bit of bling because when you shut it, it all goes together. Little bit more of the labels and pieces of ephemera. I put a tab on this one. Open it up. There's that card that I used in one of the envelopes, and then I have a beautiful blue vintage style letter here that you can I coffee dyed, and you could journal on the back. And we're just going to pop that right into this part of the envelope. I decorated this one. I carried out those stamps again. Just did a little bit of collaging, used that brown little lace here. And on the back, I just took two of the strips and just decorated in that way. I put two items in this side. I forgot to coffee dye that one, didn't I, guys? I'll have to coffee dye that one. That one slipped by me. All right, so now let's talk about how we're going to achieve this. Also, let me show you what it would look like on top of a journal itself. Now, I just covered this, and it is a file folder, and I just put some different pages from the kit on here. And this is approximately 6 inches by 7.5. And the largest envelope I have here is 6.5 by little over, it's 4.5, but it goes over a little bit because of this lace. So you would be placing it on top of your cover like this. We're not wrapping it around the back. The flaps are all back here. So we would take our glue, and we would glue this right here to the top. So it would be glued on here. I would position this somewhere in the middle. I would take another piece that would go with what you're working with. This obviously is from the kit. And I would just glue it down like this. So when you look at it, when it's completely closed, a little bit of it's going to come through. Not a lot, but a little bit, and it blends with the kit and the colors. And then as you flip through your journal, your very interactive journal topper, and you get to this page, It's just like that. I just think this is a fantastic way, easy, simple, and very fun to do, because you're not stressing over really where to place anything. Your concern is where to place your envelopes, and let's get to that right now. So I was very, very busy, and I coffee dyed lots and lots of envelopes. I just decided to go through my envelopes and just have a really good time one afternoon, and I just coffee dyed all different sizes. So I ended up pulling out some of those sizes. Now this one, let's talk about this one. This is a very long envelope. I did not use a long envelope when I made this one right here. The longest envelope is the one that's actually my third one in, and that's this one right here. The widest one is my back. All right, so if you use one like this, obviously this is going to go on possibly a tall junk journal, because it is almost 9.5 inches long. Let's talk about stacking. This one is my second longest, and then we have this one is my next longest, and then this one, and then this one, and then I have my little tiny one right here. Let's get this all in frame. If you choose to use one like this for maybe your tall junk journal, if you take another one of these, this one isn't going to stick out too far, and I don't think, is this one? Yeah, this one overlaps it a little bit. This one really does. So maybe you would want to not make this tall one your last one. Maybe you would want to make this one your last one. And see how it goes together just a little bit better? So this is really where you have to make your decisions. Covering it is going to be very easy because we're not covering the flap. I didn't cover the inside. I just covered this part and this part. That's all I had to worry about. Now you can put them together like this if you want, or you can stagger them. You can make them at different heights. So maybe something like this. I don't quite care for that, but maybe we could add one more and maybe it would change everything. So let's add another one and see what happens. Well, that overlaps. I don't care for that position, but maybe if we take away these two and we pop in this one and then pop these back on. Okay, I like that a little bit better. I would like to put this up a little higher. Okay, and then if you have a small one like this, how about that? I don't mind that at all. Or even that. And then you can always try it out before you glue it. Just lay it down, flip it open, see, do I like how that feels? I don't quite like how that one is positioned there. I'm going to move that one down like that because I didn't like how that looked when I opened it up. Alrighty, let's just work our way through. I can't say that that's my favorite one down there like that either, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. Maybe you don't want to have a journal topper this is tall. This is a pretty tall journal topper. This one that I made has 1, 2, 3, 4 envelopes. Maybe we ought to consider just making one with 4. It's not so fat, although if you want a super interactive one, you definitely can do this. Let's take this all apart again, and let's think about just 4. I'm going to actually take the tall one out. And let's look at this. Let's stack them back up again. I think that's very helpful to stack them and then give them a tap and position them for the height. Now this is the longest one, the width. This one is the longest one in width. Let's make this one our base. Then, let's put them back together again. Then what do we have? Well, actually, this is the next one. We could do it actually that way and just choose the ones that are in, will be going step by step inward this way. Mine I did not do that. My second one doesn't stick out as much as my first one. My first one sticks out more, and I kind of like that because you look at it like this and then you open it up and it's a little thin. It's not as wide. So let's consider that. Let's not put that one in. Let's maybe put this one in. Let's see how this one looks. And I'm going to position my wider one to have the same amount, or approximate, space on the top and the bottom. Let's pull in this one next. Maybe something like that. And then the next one, I'm not sure about that. Let me play with this for just a second. Okay, sorry, I stopped talking because I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We talked about just using 4. Not quite the way I like it yet. How about that way? So we've got the little one, then we've got a bigger one, then we've got a skinnier one, and then we have our widest. I really do like this. So let's go ahead and let's glue this together. So I'm looking at it, and I think this one needs to come down just a little bit, and maybe this one, yeah, maybe something like this. I'm trying to move this one without moving everything else. Okay, and do we want this to be at the bottom, the top, or the middle? I think I want it just about here. Because remember, once you get your papers on here, it is going to look a little different. And then also consider, you can put laces on here as well. Now the tab would not work on this because it's way too far back. It wouldn't stick out like this one does right here. So what envelopes did I use to make this one? I used this one. I used this one. I don't have that one in this group. I have an envelope that I don't have in this one. It's a smaller one. All right. I guess I just might have only had one of those envelopes. I have saved envelopes for so long that that's probably what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really like this layout right here. Let's go ahead and let's glue it together. Now, of course, you might want to ink around the edges. I'm simply going to lay it upside down. So the flaps are right here. And we're going to take them one at a time. Now, we're building on this one right here. So let's go look at that again. This is the top. We've put all the flaps on top of each other, just like that. They're all on top of each other. And we just simply folded it back on itself like this. So now all of them are on the back. So we're going to turn it on the back. And I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, now if I glue this one onto this one, I can't put glue all the way up on this or even on this because it's not going to, it doesn't cover everything. I'm going to mark right here. This envelope overlaps to that point right there. So I'm going to line this up a little better, and I'm going to get my art glitter glue. And I know that this flap covers this flap down to here. So I'm simply going to add my glue right on here, just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this over. Now I don't have any glue that's not going to have something cover it. So these two envelopes are glued together. Now we've got the third one. And I'm looking at this. I think I'm going to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to try to follow this by tracing. I'm not tracing very well, am I? It's okay. No one's going to see this back part. No one. And I'm going to get my art glitter glue again. I'm just holding it in place. And once again, I'm just adding my glue inside where I've marked it. So you're not going to have extra glue and, you know, have that issue with the extra glue. Lining it up, just simply gluing it all together, just like that. Now we've got this one. Now this one, we can simply put the glue on the flap. So adding the glue directly onto the flap and gluing it on. Now when we finish, what we have is all the flaps glued together. And this is the part that you're going to glue on top of your junk journal. So you've made a cover, whatever it is. Maybe you altered a book and it's a hardcover. Maybe it's the file folder and it's cardboard like this. You know, it's firm like this. Maybe it's even just a lightweight paper one. Whatever it is, you're going to be gluing this part onto it and position it so that when you've got your stacked envelope topper, you're going to make it so it's even all the way around. And then by lifting it up, you're simply going to hold this, and we're going to glue this down, put glue on here, and then glue it down, and then there you go. Now before you glue this down, of course you'll want to decorate it. At least I think it would be much easier if you did that. And there are so many different ways that you can do that. I have a chapter 1 paper here. It's blue. It's blue. It's not blue. It's pink. Where did that come from? These are Roxy's Creation digitals right here. So I think they're her Easter ones because there's bunnies on it. I thought these went really well together as well. So all you would need to do is to make it extremely easy. You can say, okay, I want this area right here to be the top. Or maybe I want this area right here to be the top. Or maybe I'd like that bunny to be the top. You kind of choose what you want for the top of your stack, which is going to be the top of your junk journal. Maybe you want the butterfly or the bird. So you pick yourself out what you would like. I'm kind of thinking of what other things I would add to it to decorate it. I'm kind of really liking, I like this, I like this. I like this a lot. I was really drawn to that area. So let's just do that area right there. So we know it's in this top corner. I'm going to lay it over. We know it's right there, right guys? This is also kind of fun because I never, well, I can't say never. I don't usually cut things out and then try to make them fit. So I like to do it this way. I'm going to put my glue directly onto my envelope. Turn this off here, guys, sorry. Okay. It was I don't know if you even heard that because I don't have my white noise machine on. It was telling me I need to post my YouTube video, which I'll do in just a second. Okay, so we're going to put this part right here. So I'm simply going to place it on just like this. And I do like to trim around the edges, so I did leave myself a little bit of room. Well, that's going to be gorgeous, just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to get my scissors, and I want my longer ones, and I'm just going to trim around the edge. And then right here, well, let's get this, see if I can get my scissors in there. Trimming it so I can have it to where I can, there we go. Oh my goodness, that's going to be gorgeous. I need to trim this out still. I don't have everything trimmed out. Had to get it to a manageable size. Now I just need to trim this side. Trimming it up next to, but try not to trim the envelope. Now let's see what that's going to look like. That's gorgeous. That wasn't hard at all. That was super duper easy. So I like to decorate all my tops first, and then I can go back, and as I open this, I've already got this top decorated. So let's do that so I can show you exactly what I mean. Shall we put the bunny on this one? Oh, let's put the bunny on that one. So I'm going to add my glue directly onto my envelope, just like this. All right, a little bit more glue right there, guys. A little bit more glue right there. Okay. Then I'm going to simply pop this on the best I can here. I'm trying to get it to where it's on there and not crooked. Okay. Just pressing it down like this. And then let's open it up and just giving it a trim. Trimming it out, that's not difficult at all. Getting that trimmed out. And now we have two. And what I was talking about is you open this up. Oh, that's beautiful. And then you can decorate this part. Maybe you have a label. Maybe you have a butterfly. Maybe you just want to do a stamp and then a butterfly, because that goes really nice together. You could even put some more butterflies over here to kind of make it blend together. I'm in a dish right here, guys, of all kinds of little things that I haven't put away. Maybe you have a little heart. You could stick a little heart on here. There's just, the sky's the limit on how you can decorate this out. Just little pieces. You could just tear a little scrap that you have left over, or you could simply cover the side right here. This is part of the envelope right here, so you stick something inside there. As you can see, it's really easy just by going along and filling the front part of the envelope. That will fit there beautifully. Let's go ahead and, well, let me see here. Let me see if I really want to do that. My bird isn't going to be on there. This is going to be upside down. How's that going to look? You can fold it back to see how's that going to look. Maybe I want to bring in another color. How is this going to look if I use this one? Well, that's really pretty. Or maybe this one. I'm kind of liking that. That lends to the blue. There's a lot of blue in that. Maybe you could even turn it this way. So there's all different ways that you could use your papers. Now you don't have to have digitals to do this. Maybe you have some paper pad, and most paper pads blend well together. And then you could do different colors on your paper pad. It is just so much fun to look and see what you can do with different parts of the papers. I'm hoping that this has given you an easy way to make a journal topper. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.